Man, Jagero, I'm sick and tired of politics in the country just being reduced to who do you think is going to win the next election. I don't know why this is why it's been reduced to it. It's what I saw as a kid. It's what I've grown up, found myself in the middle of. I want to know more. I want to know what is the Kenyan ideology. You see, the way in America we know we have Democrats and Republicans. What do we have in our country?
What do we have?
Yeah.
Well, I'm giving you back the question.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking, man. That's what I'm hoping to.
You're saying you're tired of
yes.
it. But then, because if you're tired of something, then there is something that can ease your tiredness. What is it?
I think it's finding what the true Kenyan dream is, what the ideal Kenyan story is. It does not have to be ideal, but what is a Kenyan story? For far too long, we know what we don't want it to be. But till when will we still just remain being reactionary?
There's something that you told me off camera that I wanted you to sort of go back to.
Right.
You told me that, can we have Kalonzo Musyoka discuss Kalonzo Musyoka for 10 minutes?
Right. Is it possible for us to demystify what he is? Because there's an ism that has made him stand out in Kenyan politics for that long. What is Kalonzo Musyoka in 10 minutes? What's Kalonzo Musyoka for dummies? What's Raila Odinga for dummies? Heck, what's William Ruto for dummies? What's Jaramogi Oginga Odinga? What's Paul Ngei? What's Pio Gama Pinto for dummies? We all know these names.
What's
SHA for dummies? What's universal healthcare? What's the new funding model for dummies? We all know that these are...
And that's why we want to start a new show called Political Headache.
Yeah, man.
The reason why... What comes to mind when you think about political headache?
It's just the noise of it all. Because someone tells me that the politics affects my daily life. I know that things are expensive. I know that my payslip is affected, but I just can't make the link. I don't know, what do you mean? An MP's work is not to bring roads and give me bursaries. When we talk about, we've not gotten to the point where we understand the politics as well as we understand the weather. You know, when we see certain things happening, we just know, no, it's about to rain. Go and remove the clothes, go and remove the maize, go and remove whatever, or gather the flock, it's about to rain. We don't know that about politics.
Do you know there is this thing called the Wall Street?
Yes.
Nairobi Wall Street, for example.
Yes.
Or the New York Stock Exchange.
Or the Nairobi Stock Exchange, securities.
I've always thought that this thing is something that is so hidden and only a few understand it.
Right.
And I always feel like politics also hidden like that.
Yes. It's shrouded in a lot of mystery.
Because right now when I went to the village, they do not understand that agriculture is now devolved.
What do you mean by devolved? Agriculture has devolved.
Devolved.
Yes, yeah, I mean, even I'm wondering because I've not participated in the agriculture. Yes, you know.
It has been devolved.
Right. It has now been brought down to the counties and to the... Yes.
So some people think that it is actually the government that's supposed to be taking care of health.
Right.
It's a longer route.
Right.
It's really just supposed to give them the 15%?
Yes. It's actually 15% of national income, yeah.
So, it's going to be really an honor breaking down politics.
Right.
Getting, I created some things.
Yeah.
Humorous segments.
Right.
Like Migraine of the Week.
Right.
Political headache.
But there's the Migraine of the Week.
What is Migraine of the Week? We are going to focus and highlight the most outrageous, frustrating, and controversial political event of the week. Something guaranteed to make listeners make or shake their heads.
Right.
And we're going to use the tagline, the one issue guaranteed to make your head spin.
Yeah. And you know, I have a very interesting migraine which we might dive into later. There's a very, and put a pin on this.
Yeah.
There's a politician who once recently said, and I think he's recently been de-whipped off of his wiper chair which he had.
Okay.
When he went to a certain gathering and insulted people and said...
those derogatory remarks.
Those derogatory remarks that involve our mother's private parts. That's an interesting thing because he's not the first one. And it's not the first time I've heard that in public discourse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have a lot of fun with this.
Prescription of the day. Focus. Offer practical ideas and policy recommendations or citizen-led solutions to tackle the week's pressing political issues.
Because most of the time, these people look at us and tell us, yes, you're complaining, but what's the solution?
Exactly.
We will now hold and say, this is our proposed solution, so that if we're holding them accountable, we're saying, but no, we offered what we thought the alternative was. Yes, and this will not be limited just to us. It will be from our listeners as well.
And the tagline will be a dose of wisdom to cure our collective headache.
You're a smart man. You're a smart man, Jageri. You're a smart man.
Yeah, and then we are going to be talking about pressure points. Tension points going into Kenya's most debated or polarizing issues, corruption, elections, tribal politics, and dissect why they are causing tension and frustration. The hotspots that keep Kenya on edge. That is the tagline.
Right.
We think we can do this on a Thursday.
Yes.
And then we're going to have the Aspirin Awards.
Yeah.
The Aspirin Awards.
Yes, what's this about?
Celebrate or critique the week's most laughable, shocking, or bizarre political gaffes or blunders.
But could you also be acknowledging people who've done some things?
Great.
Because the people who are doing things, but they don't have the magnitude.
Yeah.
So it will be for us to look for that, for the Aspirin Award.
The Aspirin. All these things
The painkiller.
connected to
The political headache.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we are going to be having over-the-counter questions. Over-the-counter question.
OTC.
OTC.
And OTC is where we go to take our buses collectively. Yes.
Take, listen, submitted questions, comments,
Yes.
or frustrations about Kenyan politics and discuss them candidly with wit and depth.
Right.
Do you have wit and depth?
I have depth. Wit, I'm not so certain. I will be depending on the time you've spent on the earth to supply wit.
Saturday, we are going to be talking about the Capsule Recap. Capsule.
Yes.
Capsule.
Yes.
A quick, humorous roundup of the week's political events.
Right. I can't wait, man.
Yeah. So that is what political headache is.
Right.
Have I given you the...
I feel better already, man.
You feel better?
Yes.
Who are some of the people that you want to bring into this show? Some of the people.
Hopefully everyone.
No,
people,
give me five. Give me five people that you want to bring to this show.
Man, off the top of my head, we could have Joshua Okayo.
Joshua Okayo.
Could have Faith Odhiambo.
Faith Odhiambo.
We could have Kalonzo Musyoka.
Kalonzo Musyoka. I love that.
We could have Kithure Kindiki.
Kithure Kindiki.
There's a lot of depth to go for there. There are a lot of questions. Hopefully William Ruto.
William Ruto.
Yeah. That would be something. I mean, it's a stretch, but boy, don't we have questions.
Do you think we... How would that work between us and Ruto? Like, we sit there and we shoot questions to him, or we have our questions and then just listen to him? That would be nice.
Hopefully.
When do you think we are going to State House to do the Ruto thing?
Oh man, I do not know, but hopefully soon, if we do this excellently, because we hope to humanize our politics. We hope to ask these people, because they are men and women just like us. We want to ask them, what led you to make such decisions? What does it look like? Because, there's a perception and there's perspective. So there's what we see and there's what they see. If we find advantage of information, we could even have Raila Odinga. We could have Wamushomba. We could have the frontliners, but I'm also thinking Babu Owino.
Babu Owino.
Yes. We could have Robert Alai.
What do you want to ask Babu Owino?
I have a lot of questions, man. What he thinks about the county, because he seems to be angling for a gubernatorial seat, and you see he finds himself.
Is that so?
Yes, I think so, and he finds himself in a very unique position because, in succession politics, he seems like one of the younger faces that are showing up. So I'd like to see what that looks like. And he also has a bit of notoriety within the East African community. That would also be really interesting to see, because remember, Museveni has mentioned him. And yes, he mentioned him when he came here, and he said, oh, there are a few interesting characters like Babu. Then you see the other time when he traveled to Tanzania, he was on like an Interpol list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like he's a very interesting young politician. We've said Wamushomba, we've said Crystal Asige. What does that look like? Because she transitions from music. She's a person living with disability, and she was not born with a disability. She loses her sight way in her adulthood. What does that look like? And how does she still find herself in the legislative house? PSs, CSs. I hope to have everyone on this show.
Yeah, or more talking about social media.
Yes.
Why he's thinking about having their satellite offices here.
Right.
And I don't know why they think that is necessary.
Yeah.
One of the things I really, and if we were to host Omolo, I would really ask him this question.
Right.
Why is TikTok not paying Kenyans?
Why isn't it monetized here yet? Yet we have a bulk of our population.
I was seeing crazy numbers. Like I have about 15 million
Man, that's
views
that's
every
crazy
month.
numbers. That's
every month.
That's big numbers.
And imagine with all these things that I'm giving TikTok, they're giving zero. Like Facebook started.
Yes. They just started paying you, yeah.
Paying, yeah.
Right.
They're not paying as much as YouTube,
But
they are paying.
Right.
Like $500 would mean a lot.
Absolute to a
in
creator.
This studio.
Yes.
It will mean a lot.
Absolutely. But then who are the CSs of the youth, arts and culture?
Yeah.
You see, like we have had a weekend where 2 people broke Guinness World Records. Why isn't that being talked about? What are those ministries doing? What is this that preoccupies them so much that they cannot be doing the things that they're actually supposed to be doing? Those are the things which we hope to demystify. Yes. Omtata.
Opia.
Okia.
Omtata.
DK Maraga.
Yeah?
Yes. We just get
Mama Mboga.
Right.
Speak with Mama Mboga.
Yes, the border guys who are out here.
Guys.
Yes, because if they form the bulk base of the people that brought this government to power, their political opinions for sure do matter. Where do they want the country to go? Where do they see the country going? What should be adjusted about the current politics? Speak to student leaders.
Student leaders?
Yes.
Like the one you're talking about. What is his name?
Okayo. Is Joshua for him? Is the president of the Kenyan School of Law. Yes, on Langata South Road. Speak to professionals who are aligned, because if we have a corruption problem, then it means there are engineers who are overseeing this, there are accountants who are seeing this, there are lawyers who are letting this slide. Speak to judges.
I want to speak to a nun.
Right.
A priest.
Oh, okay. None. Good. Okay, fine. It's none of my business.
It's not.
But yes, what's the role of churches? Why is churches the places where the politicians consistently run to?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing. So that, ladies and gentlemen, are the things that we want to talk about on Political Headache. We want to do a public hall.
Yes. Sit down and have people ask us the difficult questions. Ask me the difficult questions. Ask you the difficult question. Have you ask me the difficult question?
And just give their opinions.
Yes.
On the matter at hand.
Because we have to have spaces where we can collectively air our views and find ways which this can transform into change. I think this will be awesome, man.
Thank you very much for agreeing to do this with me. I'm really looking forward. I hope you can stay longer.
Yes.
I want us to. Do you know what and this is probably.
Tell me, what's your wildest dream about this? Where do you see it going?
Marco Ure.
Yes.
And Udur Jagero hosting the presidential debate.
In 2027?
Yeah.
Yes, because why not?
Yes, hosting the presidential debate. Because even if Nation
right
and ATN host it,
right,
we can also host ours.
Yes.
I would like to see Sakaja and Babu Owino appearing on our show.
Man.
On that word is very difficult.
Gubernatorial.
Gubernatorial debate.
Gubernatorial, yes.
That's my wildest dream.
Right. I think it's possible.
That's my wildest dream.
I think it's possible. It's possible to have the current governor and governors past to ask, what does this devolution thing look like? Because you don't know the first thing about running a county. You know what's wrong with the county that you're in.
Yeah.
But you just don't know what makes it, if we're losing however much to corruption, what makes it hard to fix drainage in Nairobi, for example.
Why we have Lake Nairobi.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the things. That's my wildest dream.
Yeah.
By the way. And the other dream that I'm having is that we are going to humanize politics.
Yes.
I think politics is a beautiful thing.
Right.
But there is a way we are driving it that's not making anyone happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's far from the poor.
Yes.
It's very close to the people in power.
Yes.
And the formulas are very dodgy.
Yes. It's no longer the art of influencing opinion. It's no longer the art of influencing people and rallying them around something. It's the art of protecting dubiously acquired assets. It's though it's a buffer. So the poor feel far removed from it, and therefore they feel the only way they can participate is by extracting. So we have extractive politics.
What do you mean by extractive politics?
Where it's nipe kitu kidogo. I will not come to your rally because we know even if you come into office, you won't do the things that you promised to do. So therefore, for me to come, I know that the only time that I can get your attention is right now when you're campaigning. So give me that 500 shillings.
Do you know the guy that came up with a phrase called Chotber?
No, who's that?
Who?
Remember, I'm a Gen Z.
You're a Gen Z.
I'm a Gen Z, man.
There is a very powerful politician in Luoland called Akumu Jakogero.
Akumu Jakogero.
Yes.
Yes.
Akumu Jakogero
Uh-huh.
used to come and campaign.
Yes.
And he would carry loads of money.
Yes.
And he would give you the 500 shillings.
Yes.
Or the 200 shillings.
Yes.
And tell you Chotber.
Not
Akumu Jakogero.
Hey.
Chotber.
Yes.
Akumu Jakogero. Do you know what that means?
No.
It's transactional.
Yes.
It's transactional.
Right.
Chotber.
Yes.
Akumu Jakogero.
Right.
I'm giving you this 200 shillings.
Right.
You give me your vote in Aisha.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But is that what it should be? It could be better. I think we could run this country better. Campaigns could most definitely be cheaper. So even if people are changing campaign financing, could host Morara.
Yeah.
Scheme, what's that about? Host youth from these existing political parties. Why did they choose those parties? Who's the youth leader of Jubilee? Who's the youth leader of ODM? Are they youth?
Are they youth? Do you think they're youth?
Are they leaders? So that I feel
Are
like...
they good men? Are they good women?
Does politics need good men and women?
What do they do apart from politics?
Right.
You know the way Apostle Paul used to
be a tent maker.
Yeah.
Yes, and a lawyer. But then he also...
And a what?
A lawyer.
Paul was a lawyer?
Yes, I think Paul was a lawyer. That's why the Pauline epistles are filled with legalese. They're very beautifully written.
Paul was a lawyer?
I think so, man. Yeah.
He used to be a tent maker.
And
then he would go and serve the people.
Yes, but nowadays all you have for politicians is deal makers and people who sell fake minerals, and then you use politics to protect that as a front. Who are these voices? What does Sudi think? What does Caleb Amisi think?
Yeah.
What does Sifuna think? What does Gladys Wanga think?
Sifuna.
What does Millie Amilo Gesa think?
Amilo Gesa.
What does Martha Karua think?
Have you spoken with Martha Karua one-on-one?
I've met her, but we haven't spoken. I mean, that's what this headache is going to help us sort out.
All right, thank you very much, people of the internet. This is Political Headache. What word do you have for them, for the people?
Just be ready. Come here with open minds and with the intention of improving the conversation towards a better Kenya.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody's invited.
All. We just can't name all of you, but remember, as long as you are a firm believer in the Constitution, you are a potential guest for the Political Headache.
Oh man, you said it better than I wanted to say it.
This is the Political Headache with Odorja Gero. But
and Makaure.
And Casmuel Makaure. What do they do that thing? Why, was it a thing? When did this come into media? When did people start doing voiceovers like that? This is the Political Headache.
You realize that I don't do that shit?
Man.
Me, I just come.
Yes.
Naked.
Yes. You just come.
With my accent.
Right.
I don't know. What happened to your Luo accent?
Buana, you don't pay me enough to be authentic.
Fake.
Yeah, of course it's a fake. But you know me, I'm a Bontao kid. I'm a metropolitan kid. Bounced around Nairobi.
Yeah.
But eventually, hopefully, it will rub off.
You're a town rat.
I'm a town rat, bana.
Yeah. So, we stop this thing.
Chana
Watu
kitu.
sasa
waanze kujipanga, kuweka mikakati. You subscribe, you follow, you know, mupange mikakati. Na mutenge dakika bilioni 2.
Thank you very much. Until another episode. No, we can't say another episode. Welcome to
the Political Headache.
Thank you.
Yes.
That went really well.
It did.